Hello everybody and welcome again to another Theatrical Tuesday. Again, we have two games for you to play. A minimum of two people are able to play these games, or even large groups if you're able to do that in your homes, okay? Our first game that we're going to play today is called a very simple storytelling game. It's called Yes and. The way this game is played is you can play it in a circle. One person in the family or group is going to start with a statement, a sentence. It can be any sentence that you want. The example that I've got for you today is the river is full of fish. And that is the beginning of your story. What happens then is as you go around the circle, each person needs to add a little bit more detail to that, starting with the words yes and. Okay, so the example of this one is the river is full of fish. Yes, and one of them is enormous. Yes, and he's swimming toward us. Yes, and he looks hungry. Yes, and we are trapped in this boat. So already you can start to see that from that one example, we have the beginnings of an entire story now going on. Now this game can be played Key Stage 1, Key Stage 2. Key Stage 2, you might be able to elaborate on that a little bit easier. Key Stage 1, if you're playing with brothers or sisters, if you're playing with grown-ups, keep the statements at the beginning of the story really simple, really easy, something that is perhaps relatable for you, and then you'll be able to play that game really, really easily, okay? It could be the statement that you're going to make can be about anything. It could be about pets at home that you have, family members, toys, favorite books, favorite characters. That way, that story is really, really going to keep on becoming easy for you, okay? Key stage 1, just try to make a simple little story. Once you've made that story, you could then perhaps try to act it out. Still images or small scenes. Key stage 2, perhaps you could even have a bit more of a competition element in those stories, okay? So as you go around, the person who isn't able to come up with that next yes and, perhaps they lose that round, perhaps they have to start the next sentence, perhaps you're going to keep a points tally, whatever you want to do, but it's a storytelling device, a storytelling game that you can all play and enjoy with. And I hope you have fun with that. The second game that we have for you this week is a very simple environment-based game. This activity can work with, again, the whole family playing with it, or brothers or sisters. One person is leading the game, and that one person is just going to call out an environment. And the rest of the participants playing that game then have to physically make that environment as quickly as possible. You can be people, you could be objects, you could be animals, you could be buildings, famous landmarks, anything that you want. But again, the whole point is, once you hear an environment, perhaps the people in your group, you're going to say you've got 10 seconds to make it, and then whatever you make, perhaps the person who is leading the game, who suggested it, has to guess what you have made, okay? And if they get it right, perhaps you get a point. Perhaps if they get it wrong, you have to switch places. You're now the person saying the next environment, and they are playing the game, making things. So again, if I call out the environment, if I say something simple like a beach, perhaps people will be sunbathing. Perhaps somebody will be selling ice cream. Perhaps somebody will be on a ride at the beach. Perhaps you'll be swimming. Perhaps you'll be the ocean or the sand, or maybe a sand castle. I don't know what you can do, but that'd be something really fun for you to do. If it's a playground, you know exactly how to make a playground. If it is school, if it's at a sports event, you get the idea, okay? You've got to make these things. The more interesting you can make them, the more fun it's going to be. And again, once you have made them, perhaps you can do further challenges. Perhaps you're going to add lines into them to show exactly what it is that you're doing. Perhaps you can put in a bit of movement. And again, for Key Stage 2, you'll have a stronger grasp of how you can do that. Key stage 1, it could be as simple as just saying a word, or perhaps you're even going to make a sound effect of the thing that you have made, of what noise it would make, okay? So 2 games for you to play there. As families, as groups, you can think of your own words, you can think of your own complications for those, think of your own rules for them, and I'm sure that will keep you entertained for the week. Good luck with your home learning for drama. I look forward to seeing them. Keep safe, keep happy, and keep on going. Okay, we'll see each other soon.